Well, I'm pretty happy with how the injector hoses went. This setup is definitely an improvement on my other van. It's mostly just the wiring left to do now, with the exception of the gas filter which goes on the supply side of the injector rail. It's a last resort in case any nasties make it through up to this point. There's a fairly substantial wiring loom with this system, the hub of which is the ECU, so that's the next thing to install. I'm thinking the bulkhead would be a good place here, and the only free space left is up here by the expansion bottle. I've dug out the old vacuum assembly which came with the original 1.7 engine. When I fitted the 2.2 engine that was then redundant, but I'm thinking the mounting plate might be worth reusing. One of the heater hoses is now in the way, so I'll reroute that under the expansion bottle. And because it came with this van from new, the mounting plate bolts straight back on. It's probably not strictly necessary, but there's a stud right there, so I might as well put a clamp at this point. The wiring loom is actually not as bad as it looks, and the diagram that comes with these stag kits is excellent, so that helps a lot. All gas systems have a changeover switch so you can select between the two fuels. As you can see, I'd fitted one previously when I still had the 1.7 engine, but that's no good for the injection kit, so that'll have to be swapped out. This is the new switch, and as it's a bit smaller, I reckon I can mount it where this blanking plate went. Right, lambda, map and injector wiring next. That's the wiring to the gas injectors sorted, but I also need to tap into the original petrol injectors. You see, the LPG ECU not only needs to be able to switch them off, it also has to copy the injector timing from the petrol ECU. Essentially, the negative wires are left alone and the positive wires are teed into the new loom. Oh wow! Look at that! These ones are sheathed. They just weren't. They were just hidden in that conduit. Wow! That, I bet that's been wrong since it left the factory, because those sleeves should go up and actually through into the grommets on the plugs. Wow. In that case then, I will join on back here in the conduit rather than trying to join onto these sleeves, because that would make more sense, and then I can also install those properly. Oh, that one was a nightmare. Right, that's pretty much all of the major stuff, so I think it's time to get the laptop out. This is the diagnostic port, and to set the system up you simply plug an adapter lead in which has a USB on the other end. Okay, so let's go into the setup program. Give it a minute to talk to the ECU. There we go. So we've got the data readouts on the left, like gas pressure, temperature, etc. If we go into the setup page, you can see there's all sorts of parameters. This system I've got here is pretty standard, so in this case that all looks good as is. Right, you can see we've now got petrol injection timing showing along with engine RPM and lambda readings. The next stage is auto calibration, but before I do that I need to wait for the engine to get up to temperature. Right, that should do. So if we go back to auto calibration, press start and basically let it do its thing. Right, you can see it switched to cylinder 1 over to gas, but left the others on petrol. I'm not sure what happened there, but I'll start that again. There we go, cylinder 1 switched over again. Oh, and now 3. And now all 4. And it's done. You'll notice we've now got a reading on the nozzle size chart. It's on the upper end of green, but that's fine. If the nozzles were incorrectly sized, then that will give you a rough indication by how much. So we're still on petrol at the moment. If I click the button in the corner, we should be able to switch over. And that's it, it's running on LPG. I'll just flip the throttle a bit. Yeah, that all seemed good. Now, mistakes I've made in the past include teeing into the wrong injector wire, so that meant no injector timing showed up, and connecting to the wrong lambda wire, so the lambda readings weren't showing. All easy mistakes to make, so it's always best to check everything's good before starting the auto calibration. There's loads of info in the manual on setting it up, so I'm not going to go into too much more detail in this video, but essentially the vehicle will now be drivable, and once the ECU's built up some actual driving data, things can be further tweaked and tuned. Well, that was supposed to be the last of the videos on LPG, and it would have been if it weren't for a slight issue involving my insurance company. They're insisting that I have a certificate, so I've got to have this vehicle inspected. Unfortunately, this, as it stands, won't pass.